Hi, Jason Kolb. I don't know now if I should plug in my earphones or the best way to do this, but this is my first time, so. Hi, Vintage Seeker. How are you? I'm going to wait until Courtney shows up, and then we will go live. Hi, Rafie Pie. If I get some of your guys' names wrong, I apologize. Welcome to the second live chat I have ever done in existence. We are waiting on Courtney. I did send her a message, so she should be here soon. Her phone is acting up. She may not be seen. Grr. Okay, hold on. All right. So I'm on. She says her phone is acting up, and hopefully this was her idea to do this, so she is actually kind of important. So we'll wait for her to join us, and then we will start. Hi, Sam. Hi, Suit. If any of you guys don't know who I am, I'm Jamie Lee Fisher. I'm a YouTuber, and I'm covering Katelyn's case. And I guess Courtney wanted to do a little bit of a Q&A with some things that are going on right now, so hopefully I will be able to, I don't know which things I will be able to talk about, which things I won't be able to talk about, but hopefully I'll be able to talk about enough to give people enough of an update. So I brought some snacks because I don't know how long this is gonna go, but I hope you guys are doing good. Where's everybody from? I'll show you the snacks that I brought. Ready? I have some unsalted cashews. I have more unsalted cashews. I have some pistachio nuts. And I probably should not have gotten these, but I did. I begged my husband to. I'm trying to be really good right now, but I got these. Did you guys ever try these? These are amazing. Don't eat too many, they make you sick though. And Courtney is here, so we're going to hopefully get her to guest, and we will kick this thing off. And she will ask whatever questions she had for me, and I will try and discuss whatever I can with you guys. So I think what you do is you have to click on the, again, I'm very new to the whole YouNow thing, but I think what you have to do is click on the guest section, and you come across, and I will allow you to guest and talk to me. And I don't know if I put my headphones in now, or if that's why I want to wait until I can guest Courtney, and then I can figure out how this whole audio thing works. So Courtney, if you're there, do the guest thing, please. Please and thank you. Cameron Diaz, that's the first. And I keep it real, guys. This is a wig. This is a wig. I actually have pink hair right now, but I don't really have much from years and years of, oh, thank you, Autumn. Years and years of dyeing my hair, so this is a wig. Sometimes if I need to film, I just, I don't have any hair at all. It's under there, but it's pink. I just throw this wig on, so. All right, Autumn says, click on the smiley face camera and hit guest, and then it will take a thumbnail picture of Courtney, and then you can pick her as your guest. Autumn, you are amazing. Thank you. So I do. Oh, there she is. Yay. Okay, but that's not Courtney. It's Sarah. Let me try this. Wait, let me first try the Autumn thing. Click on the smiley face camera. Smiley face camera. Smiley face camera. Oh, okay. And hit guest, and then it will take a thumbnail picture of Nort. Okay, so I don't know how. Just joined. Let me see. I don't see her like in the guest queue, but I don't know who Sarah is. But I will make them a guest, and I've never done this before, so. Who's coming? I don't even know who that is. Connecting to Sarah L. I'm scared. Who's gonna like show up? Hello? Hi. Okay, I can't hear anybody, so Hi! Wait, let me put in some earphones here. Hang on 1 second. Okay. I'm putting in earphones because I've never done this before, so. Okay. Say it again. Okay. Are you here for the Katelyn Davis chat, or are you just kind of randomly in here? You're randomly in here? Okay, he's dropping, so I'm gonna just... Oh. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, Courtney, please guest. That would be awesome, thank you. I don't think I know how to do it, but I think you can suggest yourself as a guest, and then I can answer. Let me see, guys. Hang on 1 second. Okay. She needs to be here for this chat to even happen, so I guess I'll just chat until she shows up. I don't know what to chat about. You guys want to ask me any kinds of questions? I'm not in charge of this chat, so she's trying to get in. Okay, take your time. I will rearrange my wig. It's a wig. Because I'm blonde. I'm not actually blonde. Actually, right now I have pink hair. So, not entirely true, but thank you. Autumn, I tried that, and I can't see... Yeah, I'm learning. I see her, and I can't see, like, the list. I'm clicking on where it says guest, but nobody is showing up in the queue. So, I don't even know if she's in here, but let me... Courtney, type something in the chat. There we go. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Excellent. All right, let me see if I can do this. Okay, I don't think I can do it. So, Courtney, go and attempt to do the guest thing now. Thanks, Caldwell. We will wait for Courtney. All I need is some patience, Sam. Thank you. Yes, that's what my husband tells me every day. I need a patience for a lot of things. Wow, thank you for inviting 798 people here. That's incredibly kind. Thank you. I am not single. I am very married. I'm very, very happily married, actually. Hola, Carlos D. Alright, let me see in the queue if there are any guests in the queue. Nope, no guests, Courtney, still. You should just be able to click on it and guest. Thank you. I feel very lucky as well to have him. Very lucky. Oh! Da, 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 da. Is it Courtney? No, it's not Courtney. Courtney, please go in the guest thing. We're waiting on you. Now this chat is going incredibly fast. May need to refresh. Should I do that though? I don't want to like risk losing the broadcast though if I refresh. I don't want to lose you guys. I will miss you. I will miss all of you so much. What we are, I'm just trying to, I've had a couple times where I've had to do this, where you're like on a show or you're getting interviewed by somebody and there's technical difficulties and you literally have to waste time by just spewing all kinds of, you know, ridiculousness. So I will attempt to do that. Wait, another guest? Nope. Courtney, come on, Courtney. Miss World. Are you saying I look like Courtney Love? Are you saying I remind you of Courtney Love? We see you in American Talent. America's Got... No, I don't think I was ever on that show. You could research a little bit about me. to see some things I've been on or some things I've done. Never done America's Got Talent, though. I don't think so. I was actually looking at a photo. This is something I can talk about. I was actually looking at a photo today of a couple of years ago when myself and a group of people went and spent a week at Neverland with Michael Jackson. And today is actually the anniversary of his passing. I don't even want to call him a friend, but I would like to have considered him a friend. He was an amazing individual, and today is the anniversary of his death. So, rest in peace, Michael. I found a photo of us. We went to a Mexican restaurant just before we went to Neverland, and I found the photo today and looked at it with my husband, and it was bizarre. It seems like another lifetime. So, anyway, we miss him. Okay, still waiting on Courtney. Oh, it's still buffering. Okay. Well, maybe since Courtney is like still waiting you can obviously chat, Courtney, so why don't you start with your questions that you have for me here in the YouNow chat, and I can answer them that way while it's waiting for you to get in. Numero uno, if you do Q&As, make sure you guys have good, solid connections. We're going to be talking about the Katelyn Nicole Davis case, a case that I have been covering, and Courtney wanted to do a Q&A and ask me some questions about it. So, Courtney, until you get in, if you want to use this chat, ask me your questions right now in the chat. And then you can guess, and hopefully we will get this working. The YouNow is a disaster. The problem is with YouNow's inability to meet demands of viewers. That's incredibly important if you're going to have a streaming sort of application, in my mind. And I've never really done live streams ever until recently. And my YouTube channel is blocked from doing live streams. I explained it in one of my videos why, but starting July 15th, you guys, this is very important, July 15th, 3 days after my birthday, I am going to have scheduled live shows weekly, and they're going to be streaming on my YouTube channel, so I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to that, because I know a lot of people are using this platform now, so I'm getting in on the game too. So you have to wait until July 15th, though. And, just go to youtube.com/Jamie Lee Fisher, and starting July 15th, we'll have live shows weekly. Oh my god, Sam, when you said according to Onisia on this platform is the only platform to use, I thought it said according to prison at first. That was funny. Am I 27? Thank you. Yes, I am. No, I'm actually old. I'm 36, I think. I was born in 1981, July 12th, 1981. So, I think I'm 36. Okay. Yay! Courtney can hear! Baby steps of progress! Yes! And I have to tell you guys, I am sitting in front of a window right now because it's very good lighting. And I see the beautiful view of the Boston Harbor. Today's a beautiful day, but it's one of those days that's just going to be like ridiculously hot. And I have horrible allergies, so I'm staying inside. I'm a bit of a recluse. So. But it's beautiful out though. Yay, Courtney can hear. So Courtney, since now you can hear, I was saying that guest, and until that connects, start asking me your questions in the text. What do I eat that I look so young? Babies. Whole babies. I don't know. I eat grass. I eat small children. No. What do I eat? My husband and I have been trying to eat a lot healthier lately. I need more protein in my diet, and I need more color. I'm a big fan of cheese and bread. So, I have to kind of steer clear of those things. But, what do I eat? You mean like, what's my favorite food? My favorite food would probably be caprese salad. I could eat caprese salad for the rest of my life. That's tomatoes and fresh mozzarella with basil. Yes, Sarah. I eat children. Absolutely. McDonald's? No, I don't eat McDonald's. I have like, you know how you get the kind of like the McDonald's ridiculous cravings, and then you go and just like eat a whole bunch of McDonald's, and then you feel, you know, like killing yourself afterwards because it's just so greasy and so gross. But when I do that, I get a Big Mac, I get chicken nuggets, and I like, what else do I like at McDonald's? I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I've tried anything else at McDonald's. I like KFC, chicken. Courtney, where is Courtney? Thanks for everybody who's becoming a fan or who's here for the first time and has no idea who I am. Hi. How are you doing today? Just, you know, another human being sitting in front of a camera, hoping other people stare at her, staring at the camera, because this is what our world has turned into. Alright, so Courtney, we're going to get into it, guys. Courtney's going to start interviewing me. Courtney wanted to set up a live Q&A with me to talk about my covering of the Katelyn Nicole Davis case. Katelyn is a young girl who committed suicide, unfortunately. She was a live streamer. And I have been covering it as much as a YouTuber can, and talking to the family, getting updates as often as possible, talking to police that are involved in the case to keep her name out there. Because unfortunately, in my opinion, if social media was not a thing, nobody would know about this case, and you know, it would have been said and done. So I was very moved by it, and a lot of people were as well, so I have chosen to, you know, talk about it. And I've been very fortunate enough to talk to several family members, both positive and negative experiences, as well as investigators that are going on with the case. And so I'm here to, sorry, I'll shut up now. Alright, Courtney, keep trying to guess if you can, because that's sort of why I agreed to do this. But I will read your text. So, what is new in the case? Alright, well, I will say that obviously there are certain things that I can't talk about for obvious reasons regarding the case that's ongoing, but I will try to say as much as I can to update you. And I do have, I think, probably about 3 or 4 videos ready to go. And the reason that I haven't put them up on my YouTube channel is specifically because authorities have requested that I don't yet, or I kind of time them. But again, they are aware of people on social media that are keeping it alive, and that's actually a really great thing right now and a great tool. I've just been trying to be very respectful of when I release certain things. So I will try to say ask me like more specific questions, Courtney, because that's a bit vague. And keep trying to guess. It's like I got asked to do an interview, and I'm here by myself. The person that wanted to do the interview with me isn't here. So I'm just sitting here. Okay, will there be an arrest? In regards to the individuals that have been talked about on the internet, probably there will be charges brought against one individual, perhaps with an arrest. The best thing for you to do, Courtney, is ask me as specific at questions as you can, because if they're just general, then it's harder for me to address certain things. You have to be very specific so I know exactly what you're looking for. The current focus of the investigation right now is solely upon one individual that I know of, as opposed to a lot of people that, I think a lot of the fans or the people that knew about this case were very quick to demonize just anybody, which is totally understandable. How maybe people that she was speaking to on live chats or things like that on the Live Me program, it seemed that a lot of people were just very quick to, you know, take anybody that may have been a negative influence at that time and just kind of shove it at police and say, you know, arrest, charge, and police can't do that. That's not how that operates. And I've obviously been dealing with them one-on-one because there's an individual named Tony Basley who has threatened to kill me and other YouTubers, or is planning like our deaths or to harm us, and has been harassing us. And I've reported him to the FBI and the authorities. His name is Tony Basley in England. And you just can't do that, because we're all in this for the right reasons. We're all in this to, you know, keep her name out there, because there's so many cold cases that just go unsolved. And to threaten other people covering it is not only a waste of time, but it's counterproductive to the goal here. So I've had to deal with police because someone's threatening to kill me for covering this case, Tony Basley in England. But in regards to Katelyn's case, there's one individual, I believe, that if any arrest or criminal charges happen to, probably a 70% chance. As of right now. That's my impression. Courtney asked, will Anthony Rogers be arrested? That probably is... I'm thinking really hard how to say this without it could be. It could be. I will say that in regards to that, if that individual is arrested, it wouldn't be in regards to her suicide. It would be in regards to the allegations of abuse prior to. Which, by the way, just because somebody isn't alive anymore does not mean that people cannot be prosecuted for crimes that happened prior to, you know, them passing away. So if that answers your question, I think I answered that. It is possible. I didn't even know that myself. I actually was very ignorant and naive when it came to that aspect of the law, which is if somebody has passed away, can you criminally prosecute somebody for a role perhaps that was a criminal act prior, you know, to their death? And yeah, Michael Jackson, ironically, since today's the anniversary of his passing, Dr. Conrad Murray is a perfect example of he was prosecuted after Michael had died regarding medication and things like that, and he was convicted. So that's an example of, yeah, absolutely, that can happen. And that's something that I just learned myself recently. I was completely unaware of that. So that is something positive for all you guys following the case right now. There's no way in hell I would allow that for my children, even if it meant giving them up to foster care. So I knew that they would have food to eat. And in my opinion, a child that's just out of a mental facility immediately back at home with an individual who allegedly is molesting her, how did they expect this to go? Is my question. And I grew up in situations like that. You know? It's a dead end. So would I like Tammy to get charges? Yeah, I would. I'll say that on the record. It's just based on whatever Katelyn put out there. It's based on what I heard. It's based on what I feel from other family members. Do I think it will happen, knowing the authorities in that area and how the police are handling this case? No. And that makes me angry. That makes me angry because it's our justice system, and sometimes no matter what, no matter how you know somebody did something wrong, for whatever reason the authorities are just like, what do you want us to do? You know? That's my opinion though. I'm sorry you guys, I meant to talk about Matthew Davis. I get those two confused. Thank you for correcting me, Courtney. I was talking about Matthew Davis, is the one that I like. That's Katelyn's dad. This is probably why they want me at arm's length. That only just happened yesterday because her mom and I just got into like a back and forth where I simply just said, you know, did you want to reschedule what we were doing? And I was kind of upset I didn't hear from you. And she just kind of went all out and attacked me. So I was kind of shocked at that. She was just like, you know, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, I have nothing but respect for you and your family, and I just want, the best to come. And I've treated and talked to you with nothing but respect, and she didn't follow suit. So I don't let anybody talk to me that way, ever. And neither should you, guys. So thank you guys, everybody who's coming in. I'm trying really hard to, I gotta stretch out one leg here. It's falling asleep. All right. Courtney, are you going to be a guest on the video chat like you said you would? What's going on? It's already 35 minutes in. Do I think there is some issue with the medical professionals considering Katelyn was hospitalized for over 4 weeks the year prior? I actually spoke with several people that treated Katelyn when she was checked into those places. And I think that they did the best that they could. I think that there's a huge issue with our mental health awareness and how we handle people with mental health issues in our country. And I think that they did the best that they could with the resources that they had. And having said that, is it ever enough? No. Sometimes it's not. But I don't think that there was any kind of an issue. I think that they did a really good job. I saw everything. I saw all the paperwork from her stay. I have really bad pins and needles in my leg. But no, I don't think there was an issue with that. And for Tammy's credit, she did bring her, to get help at those places. But again, she returned to an environment that, in my opinion, only contributed to, her depression. It's tough. And people, and again, just to be devil's advocate, not everybody has the money to, after your child comes back, to send you on like a 2-week vacation in Hawaii. So you can just kind of, get your senses together, not have to worry about screaming brothers and sisters around you. It's hard. So for Tammy's credit, I understand that part of her side. Again, this has nothing to do with me. I'm just being like a vehicle. She can dislike me, that's fine. I'm not in this to be liked. I'm in this to help people in the future. So I do give her credit for trying to help, but I think she was limited in her, resources or what have you. In my mind, if I was a mother, I think that's an excuse. I would do whatever it took. I would get whatever money I could. I would have my child stay with somebody. If there was leaky pipes in a bedroom that my child was in that Katelyn showed, I would. And this is also a question that I asked the family. I said, well, where were you before? That's always a big thing with me. Where were you before this happened? Because everybody after the fact says, oh, this is horrible, and, we knew about this, we knew about that. And I said, well, where were you when it was going on? That's important here. And a lot of them said, you know what, Jamie, you're right. So I think that's why I'm doing this. I think it's an important issue that people that have depression or anxiety, if they get to a certain point, if you see them and they stream live, like Katelyn was doing, and they're saying things that they seem very desperate or alone, reach out. Reach out now. Even if they're like, no, I'm fine. Still reach out, because we don't want to have this happen. And I've been in that place where you're so depressed. I was in that place before, this even happened. Before you had social media. So actually, this is interesting, you guys. Tammy just sent me a message just now. And it says, I quote, "You need to get a life and leave me." Hold on, I'll read it to you guys. It says, this is from Tammy, Katelyn's mom. And I think this should be public, because this is kind of what we're talking about. So she literally just sent me a message on Facebook. I don't know if she's watching the stream, but she said, "You need to get a life and leave me the hell alone. Go talk to Matt or whoever, but leave me alone." I think she meant alone. "I don't have to explain nothing to you or the world." So, that is a statement from Tammy, Katelyn's mom. She just sent that to me. Is she watching this? Probably. And, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad too, you guys, because it's like, you'd think that after this happens, a family would rally together, even if you're dysfunctional. We all have dysfunction. And but that's a statement from Tammy to me. So, Tammy, I'm really sorry that you feel that way. I have an amazing life, actually. I'm very happy, and I will continue covering your daughter's death because I feel that she needs some justice, and so many other people do. So I'm really sorry you feel that way. You have every right not to talk about it now. If you don't want to impede the investigation, that's totally understandable, but I'm sorry you feel that way, and that's Tammy's thing. I'd sell my soul to provide. Yeah, me too. Me too. And I think that's a lot of people. I'm not a mother, but I think that's where a lot of mothers have issues with that. Bestie Boodle. Bessie Boodle. To Bessie Boodle. I like your name. That's cute. Tammy needs to take responsibility for what happened to her child. I agree. I agree. I think there's... I never met the woman. I don't think I want to at this point. My heart goes out to her. I can't imagine what, she's dealing with. But at the same time, there's got to be, and that's the thing that I'm having a hard time understanding, there has to be that element of humility and remorse, or at least some sort of contemplation of, where did I go wrong? How can I change? And I don't see any of that. And that is what I have an issue with. And Tammy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people that agree with me. And, it's not saying that you're a bad person. It's saying that, there's a lot of young girls in that same situation that don't ever have to feel that they have to get to that point. We have social media now, and it can be used for good things. So I'm really sorry Tammy feels that way, but, I'm not in this for her, not in this to be liked. I'm here to have some sort of justice, or have some sort of a lesson that can be learned for her daughter, so that her daughter doesn't feel, wherever she is right now, that, her life was wasted and nobody cared. Because obviously people do, and that's important. So, yeah, if Tammy doesn't want to talk, that's her choice. And I also, again, somebody that obviously now who dislikes me so much, which is fine. People either love me or hate me. That's okay. For somebody that obviously doesn't like me right now, which is totally fine, she, I don't think, wants to impede on the investigation, and that's why she's not talking. She did say something to me, though, which I found a bit concerning, which made me question her motives, which I'm not going to say now. Maybe I will in the future if I feel that it's worth it, because it's just like pettiness. But she did say something to me prior that kind of, it rubbed me the wrong way, which was also why she's choosing not to speak right now. Yeah, I'm never going to be silenced. Nobody's ever going to silence me, especially when it comes to this. And like I said, if it was not for us, for Courtney, for people that are, I have so many people that I know of, Celeste, who knows, who, is an incredibly sweet girl who we didn't even see eye to eye. She actually found out about me through, other YouTubers, and we had, some, disagreements and some YouTube things. But if it wasn't for her, she was the first one who told me about somebody that was writing death threats about me in the, who's following this case. And that was incredibly kind of her. And, we kind of connected. Ever since then, we follow each other on social media, and I've watched some of her videos where she's covering the case, and I think she's amazing. And I'm glad that there's those of us that are keeping this out there. Even if people disagree with our motives or the ways we're doing it, we're better together. There are cold cases that families have been waiting on justice for their loved ones for 50 years. Before social media, all you would have is a little missing poster. So to all those people that have these Facebook groups for her, that have YouTube channels, Mr. Gunk, thank you to all of you guys. I'm glad that we're all doing this, because without that, none of this would be happening. And maybe if the accusations that Katelyn made against family members were correct, there may never be justice, and that would be a shame. So I'm appreciative to everybody in the whole social media community that's talking about this, and all you guys that are here. So many people care for Katelyn, yeah. Thanks, Raspberry Red Horse. Thanks for becoming a fan. Yeah, Shades of DP. Your guys' names are so cute. Shades of DP. Anything sent on Facebook is subject to public. It is... Yeah, that's true. Anything on Facebook is public. So, you know. And this is a sort of a case as well, too, where there's not really much, if you make it public, that would be harmful to the case. This is a case that's in the investigatory phase. So information is great. You have to be very careful, though, because, you know, people's opinions, this is what we have with mainstream media right now, is people's opinions, and, you know, that's when sensationalism comes, and accusations, things like that. The truth and the facts of certain things can get lost in there, so you have to be really careful to still discern, you know, what's fact versus opinion. But boop, boop, boop. Do I have a release to obtain to get the medical information? You mean regarding what kind of medical information? Like her medical records, her autopsy, things like that, Courtney? And actually there's a lot of stuff that I have seen that's been made public that I don't even know how some people got their hands on, that they've put online in certain face groups. I wouldn't have done it. No, I don't think that that's appropriate. I don't even think HIPAA laws, you have to be really careful with, you know, what kind of medical information you release. But, you know, there are people that were sending me things that even I deleted instantly because I thought I should not have this. How do you guys even have this? A lot of, you know, Katelyn's reports and things that I did see, people they were sending me files of things, and I immediately deleted them. People I didn't even know, on social media. And I was kind of astounded that they even got those things. And, you know, I looked at them just because I wanted to see what it was, but I immediately deleted it because I just didn't think it was appropriate to have that. And especially if there's an investigation going on, I don't think medical records are appropriate. I think you can go on, like I've done, I've made videos and I've had commentary without directly showing you, this is, you know, the medical report, this is this. I will look at it and I will give my opinion on it in commentary, which is totally allowed. But I've seen some people post actual things. I would be careful about that, guys, just in case. Just be careful, at least until some things wrap up. Her dad, Matt, did show me lots of medical things, but that was just privately between us, back and forth in conversation. So I assume he did get that. Matt did get the medical records, I think a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago or so. Yeah, but that I in no way would share those, or no. I even had to tell him sometimes, you know, I don't feel comfortable with you sending me this. I'm gonna delete this, but that's okay. Yeah, it would be tasteless, and also with an investigation, because, you know, when you put that stuff on social media, people are just gonna, you know, they're going to dismantle it. And like I said, the police are in the stage right now of trying to, I don't want to say throw mud and see what sticks. I think a lot of the fans, or the, you know, those of you that were touched by this case, are definitely trying to find just anybody to hold accountable. But I think the police are much more isolated on certain individuals, which is why I said in the other video to keep your expectations low. But in no way, whatever criminal charges come out of this case, that in no way should be indicative of Katelyn's life and whether or not she got justice. Because in my mind, she already has, and she is right now. Because there's so many of us that care and are talking about this and talking about mental health and, you know, I've learned so much just by covering this case, not only about her, but how certain warning signs to see with people. If you follow live broadcasters, certain avenues maybe you can take if you feel that they need somebody to talk to. So I think she's already had justice. I think to rely on bureaucracy sometimes isn't good, because you'll be disappointed. There's a lot of innocent people in jail, but there's also a lot of innocent people that are free. To my knowledge, her brother and sister are not in that place that they lived in anymore. Neither is Tammy. I don't know who's living there or what has become of that, but to my knowledge, they are no longer there. So that's good. That's good news. Courtney, are you able to guess yet? Does anybody want to guess? Does anybody want to guess and ask me a question on here so I can talk to somebody one-on-one? That would be great. I would love to see how this guess thing works. Hi, Sapphire Sky. Welcome. Katelyn's grandma and I had a lot of conversations, which is why I was sort of, my feelings were hurt a little bit yesterday after she kind of did like a 180 on me, but I kind of expected it, to be honest with you. I felt like I almost had to censor myself when asking her questions, because she's Tammy's mother, and a lot of us have really negative feelings about Tammy and things that she should have done better for Katelyn. So I kind of felt like when I was talking to her that I always had to censor myself, and I couldn't just flat out, come out and say some of the things, because I wanted to be as fair and balanced as possible. And if I just kind of came out and said, well, your daughter was a horrible mother, look at what was going on, how come nothing was done, I wouldn't be able to, nothing would come of that. And I still feel that way, but I had to kind of be responsible with everything and mature. That wouldn't have been wise for me to do. And in the beginning, she was very nice and very open, but it just seemed like the minute I didn't go along with certain things that she felt, or I disagreed with certain things, I was, wiped out. I was blocked because I dared to disagree or have a different opinion of her daughter, which I understand is hard, but that's just the nature of this case. Bessie Booty, bye. Thank you so much. Yeah, I would love to have you. That would be so great. I would love to have somebody be a guest next time. I would really, really love that. So let me know the next time you're free and we can do that. Hi, Victoria. Yay. Victoria, what you could do before you leave for dinner, if at some point, if you could just send me a twat on Twitter. I'm at Jamie Lee, saying we talked and you want to, do this YouNow and you want to be a guest, then that way I can know who you are and I can look forward to that, because that would be really fun. Thank you so much for being here. I have one guest. Who is it? It's Shades of Deepy. Okay, let's give this a shot. I'm gonna fan you. Okay, this is like my first one. Courtney's there! Is that Courtney? Oh my god, you guys, I'm so excited. I still have really bad pins and needles in my feet, but it seems like Courtney's here, and then I'll try to get to Shades of Deepy. So hopefully Courtney will work. I'll be so excited to hear somebody else's voice besides mine. Hi! Oh my god, I am so excited. I actually can see you. I am so glad. It's crazy. Was it just really bad connecting, or what happened? Yeah. Yeah. Who's the cuties in the backseat? so sweet. I was getting, you guys are so sweet. Don't sit in the car too long though, because I think it's super hot where you are too today. Oh gosh. We'll try to not keep you in there too long. I'm so glad that I finally get to talk to you though. Thank you for doing this. Yeah. Yeah. I was getting frustrated because I was like, I want to see Courtney. I want to talk to her. I can't do these words on the screen anymore. But this is great. Was there a glitch or did you see something with my eye? Yeah, that's probably it. It's probably it. Yeah. Yeah. To say in my humble opinion, which I believe I'm allowed to have an opinion with an investigation going on. Yeah. I do. Yeah. I think I think regarding him, again, my opinion, Katelyn, and again, Katelyn's, legacy will be the fact that she documented so much, and that's incredible, because if it had not been for an online blog, a live video stream, which by the way a lot of people don't realize, it's not, because it could very easily turn into a he said she said situation, which if the person is passed on, it's very difficult criminally. But like I made the comparison with with Michael Jackson's passing and his doctor was prosecuted, that's an example of someone who's no longer living, but because of things that were documented, because of audio recordings, because of, I think maybe there were some videos or interviews, things like that, he went to jail for a couple of years. He was able to fully be prosecuted, and Michael unfortunately had passed away. So this is a similar situation in that, unfortunately, Katelyn's not here. So the prosecution has to work with Katelyn's words, but also not only her words in those videos, you can clearly see an environment behind her. You can clearly see a unsafe, unhealthy environment. And I'm even trying to be really delicate with this, because I know there are people that don't have a lot of money and they do the best that they can. They live in trailers, they do the best they can, that's fine. But it's a different thing when you have a hole in your house in the floor and you have somebody who is admittedly sleeping in a room with water and leaky pipes on the floor. She not only shows it in the video, she references it multiple times. The siblings reference it multiple times. So it's almost like Katelyn has these sort of, I have not heard about that. I mean, I have heard people, the thing with me is that people send me things. I have somebody whose name is Benedict, and he's sort of like my little online, because he was giving me all the updates on, this Tony Basley in England, on whether or not he was going to fly over here and chop me up or whatever he wants to do to me and, Celeste or whatever. And he gives me kind of like a run. Yeah. Don't worry, Tony. We know who you are. Everybody knows who you are. The cops know who you are. He's actually retracted a little bit and stepped back, which is smart. So I would keep doing that. I think regarding the individual you mentioned, that it's very likely that... Say that again, it broke up a little bit. Something about Tony in England. You know what? I don't feel that I think he's just very obsessed with this case. And I think he just, for some reason, is targeting myself and Celeste, who knows. I don't know if she wants to use her real name. And my husband knows about it. My husband was actually in a form of law enforcement and combat stuff, so I'm not worried. But I still took the proper precautions. I think he knows better not to mess with me anymore at this point. But, no, in terms of the one individual you mentioned, I think that's the person out of everybody that we should be expecting something to happen. In my opinion. I have to say in my opinion for some reason. Maybe that'll make it easier. But, yeah. Is it breaking up? Is it still really bad? Oh, it's vibrating. Yeah, that can be bad. That's okay. Well, you can ask me. I think I hear you really clearly, so you can go ahead. I'll stop talking. People have heard enough of me. Yeah. Now I can. Oh. It's the poor car. You can hear me clearly though. Yeah. It's like in and out. This is why I'm looking forward to having YouTube live streaming. Which is actually like, yeah, I was just gonna say Norwell is actually like 20 minutes from me. So where I live in Massachusetts. Oh, okay. It was breaking up a little bit. Norwell is actually like 20 minutes from me. Should I type this? No, I will type it. Let me see if this. Norwell, can you hear me? Norwell is 20 minutes from me. Should I unplug this maybe? Is this better? Is it better when I don't have the earphones in? Maybe it is. Is that better? It's so confusing. This shows you that I need to get used to this whole live broadcasting thing, but Norwell is 20 minutes away from me. So
Norwell is minutes away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you had it with undetected tingling?
I heard what you said, but not all of it, so I'm going to replug this in again. I apologize, because without this, I can't hear anything. So I apologize if this makes it worse, but is this still like horrible? Now we can't hear anything? Oh, is it really bad? Yeah. Did you get that? Our audio is so bad, I think. I heard everything. I heard everything you said. Regarding, yeah, our audio is so bad, Court. You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on 1 second. Our audio is just so bad. I'm going to go to 50 Shades of DB. I feel really bad, but Courtney, it's only because I couldn't hear anything. So hold on. Let me just see if like our connection is, maybe if it's not just me. But hello. Hi. How are you? I wanted to just see if it's like just Courtney. I felt really bad because I think it's just because she's in the car. But I felt that you guys watching it just wouldn't be having a fun time. So Courtney, I am so sorry. But what's your name? Hi, John. Hi. Yeah. Got you. So if Courtney is watching this, I apologize so much. I think the poor thing was in the car, but I saw that you were waiting to guess. Courtney, we'll have to just finish up. What do you want to talk about? Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's actually, yeah. That's actually a really amazing question. Thank you for asking that. They in Georgia, assisted suicide is not a state law at this point. However, there are loopholes with elderly people or people that have certain medical issues where you can go to a doctor, and if humanely done, however that's defined, you can start that process. They call it the right to die law in some states. I know Massachusetts has it because we're incredibly liberal. The thing that from my what I got, because I actually thought of that very same thing that's why it's an excellent point. Right to die versus suicide. For some reasons, a lot of people who are against suicide or against feeling that people have a right to die are trying to not allow this to happen. They're the people that believe that suicide is a right, are for right to die, are for assisted suicide. The people on the opposing side think, like the Terry Schiavo case. I don't know if you remember that case where she was like a vegetable. And her parents came in because they were very religious, and they said, well, our daughter's still alive. We're going to keep her alive, even though Terry herself had written out something that said to her husband, if I ever get to the point where I can't function, I want you to let me go. Do not listen to my parents, not listen to the government. I do not want to live. This is not a life. Eventually he won because it was her wishes, but it was, it was quite a battle. In Katelyn's case, in my opinion, from the investigation that's going on, from the police that I've spoken with, ultimately, sadly, she made a choice. And that was her right to do that. In terms of the people that were, bullying her or perhaps talking to her during those last few months, as much as we want there to be some sort of responsibility placed on those people's heads, translating that over to actually filing criminal charges, I don't see happening. And that's why I was trying to, I'm trying to, I don't know if you've watched my channel or watched any of my videos that I've done, but that's why I tried to be as honest with people and saying you have to keep your expectations low in this case. And that's heartbreaking because you watched Katelyn's streams, like her videos and things. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. Yeah. And that's in our state, the cell phone, the texting, right? The texting suicide. Yeah, that's here in Massachusetts too. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, thank you, John. I mean, that's actually a really important question, and that was actually the first thing that I thought about. You can watch Katelyn's live streams on YouTube if you just look up Katelyn Nicole Davis live stream, and it's tough. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. Hmm. Hmm. Wow, see, I didn't even know that. Yeah. Yeah.